Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here. In today's video, I will be talking about Sheldon Day and how he has been very impressive for the Washington Commanders on defense and has stepped in really well for Jonathan Allen. And, we'll talk about him and some other guys on that defensive line as well. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe. We're less than 90 subscribers away from 14,000 subscribers. It takes 1 second. Just hit that subscribe button. It really does mean a ton. So Sheldon Day was on the practice squad, to start out the year. And obviously, Jonathan Allen got hurt and they started bringing him in. And, over the first, few weeks after Allen gets hurt, you start to see him, make some plays. And you see number 64 make some plays and you're like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? And then you're like, oh, it's Sheldon Day. And recently you've been hearing his name a lot more. And he has been making some plays. He's been good in the run game. Haven't seen him get a lot of pressure, but he's not getting a ton of PT. He's not getting a ton of PT. Let me look up Sheldon Day. We'll look at his stats. His stats are definitely Sheldon Day stats. His stats aren't amazing because he hasn't gotten a lot of PT. He is a veteran, so it's not super surprising he's playing well. Played at Notre Dame. Has 7 career NFL sacks, but has played 79 games. So in terms of games, his first game was against Tampa, so he actually played in that game. I guess he was probably called up, then didn't play until the Carolina Panthers game, and then the next 4 games after that he played, and he's done a pretty good job. I mean, he had 8 tackles in the Pittsburgh Steelers game, 1 tackle for loss, had a tackle for loss in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game as well. 2 tackles against the Giants, 2 tackles against Carolina. Did a pretty good job. You can see his full stats right here. Has 14 tackles on the year, 2 tackles for loss. No QB hits yet, so he's not really pressuring. But in the 6 games, he's done a good job in the run game, and that has been something good to see, especially again with Jonathan Allen out. He's probably been, him. It's been him, Deron Payne, and Johnny Newton in there as the 3 defensive tackles, and he's honestly probably been one of the better ones out of those 3. Sheldon Day has, and we're paying him also almost nothing. Like Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne, they have to step up. They haven't been doing nearly enough for the Washington Commanders. And obviously Jonathan Allen's hurt, so he can't step up now. But if he's on the team next year, if they decide to keep him, they don't trade him or they don't release him, he needs to step up. And also congratulations to him. He just had a kid, so believe that's his first one. So congratulations to the Allen family there. But yeah, Sheldon Day, he's stepped in there. That was a good find by the Commanders. A practice squad guy that has been able to contribute for them. Not a starter, but he's been getting a lot of PT. I want to look at the snaps if they show the percentage here, but let's see. So he's played 4% of the 4% of the defensive or special team snaps. He's actually played 34% of the defensive snaps, which is a decent amount. And especially since the Jonathan Allen injury, he's been getting a lot more PT. You see some of the advanced stats, 0% missed tackle percentage, so that's very good. Again, he tackles you're gonna have a little bit of a lower percentage anyways because there's not a lot of open field tackles you have to make. But yeah, he's done really well, and I want to see him continue to do well. Might be a guy that not a part of the long-term future because, he's 30 years old and it's a practice squad guy. But if he continues to ball out, why not bring him back next year for a 1-year deal, have him in the defensive line room? Like a similar thing to like John Ridgeway. Obviously it was very different circumstances. Ridgeway, you nabbed him off the practice squad from the Cowboys onto the active roster, and he was a 5th-round pick from that year, a 6th-round pick. But he played pretty well middle to late of the middle part of the season. Started playing kind of well. Late played well too, and they kept him. So, and I think he got hurt too, which was unfortunate. But they ended up trading him for a 6th-round pick down the line. But something like that could happen with Sheldon Day, and I wouldn't mind it at all. So yeah, that's kind of it on Sheldon Day. I think it was a good pickup by the Commanders whenever they made it in the offseason. He's done a good job. And you got Johnny Newton too, who he's been up and down. Just want to pull up his stats here. He's been up and down. He's had some pretty good weeks, some not so good weeks. Recently, I would say he hasn't been playing amazing. Like the the Steelers game and the Eagles game weren't great, or at least the Steelers game wasn't. But he did have a sack in that Bears game. In the Bears game, he played pretty well. It was just no, sorry, which game was it? The Steelers game was the one where he jumped off sides. That was unfortunate. The Eagles game, he just didn't play well in general. But the Bears game showed, okay, this guy might be a player. He had 3 combined tackles. All of them were solo though. Had a tackle for loss, 4 QB hits, which is he has 6 on the year, so 4 in one game. And again, had that sack to start off the game and a fumble recovery. So he had a very good game against the Bears. That's what we need to see him do every week. I mean, it would be great to have him do that every week, but we need to see that type of play from him every week, and not good one week and then, I mean, I guess the Giants game was okay, but then like the Steelers game the Eagles game wasn't good. He started off pretty slow. I mean, he did have an injury, so that's the thing with John Newton. You have to realize he is coming off a major injury, coming off the college season, and then after that had another surgery and just didn't fully get an off season. So next year is going to be his first full off season, but it is good. He's getting in this work. He's your second round pick, so you definitely want to see him ball out for sure. And yeah, we're just going to continue to watch, see what he does, and hopefully he improves week by week. Going over the other rookies, we know Jaden, don't need to talk about him. He's been a great pick. He's struggled the last few weeks, but last couple weeks, but that's, I believe, because of his injury. And he's a rookie anyway, so even if it wasn't the injury, it's fine if he struggles every once in a while. We'll see what he does this week against the Cowboys. I think it'll be a bounce back game for the Commanders and their offense. Second round picks, Mike Sanderstill, dog, has been a beast over the last like 6-ish weeks. Ben Sennett has been slightly disappointing. I put out a tweet about it today, but he really hasn't done much for them. I think he has 12 yards on the season. Or 18 yards on the season. And it's just like, all right, I would like them to get him more involved, but I'm sure they're trying, and I'm sure they want to. And I think if he was really impressing them in practice and the meetings and stuff like that, they would be getting him. So he might just not be ready, but still, it's a little disappointing for your second round pick to have 18 yards through the first half of the season, a little bit over, the halfway point of the season. But I'm not saying it's a bad pick by any means. We'll have to wait and see there. John Newton up and down, but again, you have to think about the injury circumstances there. Brandon Coleman also up and down. You expect that from a young rookie left tackle. And then the other guys, Jordan McGee getting back from injury, hasn't done much, but again, that's expected, but has been getting some special teams work. And then Dom Hampton, not much. And then Javonte Jean-Baptiste, he was doing really well before he got hurt, and he is coming off, or he had his 21-day practice window open today, so he could be back this week, probably will be back next week. I think he could add a little bit of a spark to the defensive line. I thought he played pretty well when he was on the team before he got hurt, so I'll be excited to see what he does. He was one of the better rookies. Let's see, Jean-Baptiste, just see there. Sorry. But I believe he had a sack. I'm not completely sure, but pretty sure, he had a sack for the Commanders, had 5 tackles, but got hurt pretty early on, and I thought he was doing pretty well for a first-round pick. So 6 games, was getting pressure, though I thought he had a good first 6 games of the season on IR, but I think he'll be back relatively soon, which is good. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and comment down below what player you want to see the Commander, or you want to see step up for the Commanders. Maybe a sleeper. Like for me, it would be like Ben Sennett or maybe Luke McCaffrey. Let's see them get some sparks on this offense. Maybe Deron Payne too. Just comment down below who you want to step up. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.